So, good evening. Sorry. Good evening, dear children. Am I audible? If I'm audible,
Yes, sir.
can you? Yeah, that's great. I'm sorry. There's somebody trying to speak. Okay. So, uh, yeah. So, my dear children, my name is Jitin Abraham. I'll be teaching you. I'll be teaching you for the mega finals. So, how our approach is going to be? I'm sorry, my voice is a bit low because I'm suffering from cold. So, I'll try to use, as much as voice as like I'll try to use more voice, okay, more sound. Uh, Basically, how our approach is going to be, few questions I'll be solving, few questions I'll be asking you, how can we solve, where I'll be expecting suggestions from your end. Okay, you can suggest something. And few questions I'll be giving you as homework. So this is how we are going to function. Okay. I believe Ajinkya sir might have taught till ninth problem in the previous class for paper 2022, correct?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sir, and then he had given the rest of them for homework.
Rest
He
of the
had told to try it for homework.
try it as homework. Okay, I
Yes.
understand. So a few questions, I'll just solve few questions just so you can, matlab, we'll get acquainted with it. Okay, so that
Okay.
you might have solved, you might have not solved, it happens. Okay. So first of all, first of all, I want you guys to drop a message in the chat box stating the questions which you might have faced as a difficult question while solving the rest of the problem of 2022. That is 2022 paper, where whichever problem was difficult to you, please drop the problem numbers in the chat box.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Which paper will we do after 2022?
We'll be doing from the old papers. That is, we'll be starting from 2008. Then, okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So speaking about okay, the problems I see in the chat box, many different numbers I see, out of which I can see that the 10th problem is not an issue for anyone. So 10th problem I'll not solve because nobody has raised a doubt for 10th problem. I'll directly jump to the 11th problem because couple of students have raised a problem for 11th problem. The 12 spheres of same size are made from melting of a solid cylinder of 16 centimeter diameter and 2 centimeter height. Find the surface area of one sphere. So, so we had a cylinder. जिसका size was, we had a cylinder. So this cylinder had some volume. Now this cylinder is melted and 12 spheres are created. Okay. So the volume of the cylinder will be equal to volume of 12 spheres. This we must remember first of all. Okay. Now, volume of the cylinder is nothing but an area of base, which is nothing but pi r square multiplied by height. 12 multiplied by volume of sphere will be 4 by 3 pi r cube. Now, basically, I can cancel pi from both sides. As you know, basically pi divided by pi cancel ho jata hai. So from both sides, I can cancel pi. 3 I can cancel with this 12. I'll get 4 over here. Instead of r, I can write radius of cylinder. See, diameter is 16 centimeter, then radius will be 8. So instead of radius, I'll write 8. 8 square is nothing but 64. But I'll do one thing. I'll write this as 8 multiplied by 8. Then I'll write h, the value of h is given as 2, is equal to, on the other side, I have 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by r cube, which is the radius of sphere. So what I can do is what I can do is cancel these 4s from these 8s, and I'll be left with 2 in both the places. So 2 into 2 into 2 ka cube root is going to be 2. So the radius of the sphere is 2. Now the question is the surface area of the sphere. Surface area of sphere's formula is 4 pi r square. That will give me 4 multiplied by pi's value can be written as 3.14 multiplied by r's value is 2. 2 square is 4. That should be your answer. We'll have to multiply them.
50.28 centimeters square.
Absolutely. I'll wait for a couple of minutes before solving the next problem. Yeah, dear children, in between my internet got stuck. I've joined again.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, please.
Sir, I'm getting a different answer in the 11th question.
The 11th question.
So
Oh,
I'm getting 50.24.
50.24. Okay, so that is quite natural because you might have considered a 3.14 as the value of pi. So when you consider 3.14 as value of pi, you get the area to be 50.24. But when you consider 22 upon 7 as the value of pi, you will get the area as 50.28. So the actual value of pi is 22 upon 7. So this is the correct answer. This is an approximated value. So which means your answer, whatever your answer, it is an approximated answer, 50.24. This is not an exact answer. I hope you understand.
Hmm.
Okay. Hence, your correct answer is this only.
Yes, sir, understood.
Wonderful. Let's proceed further with the 12th problem. 10th problem is quite easy. It's a straightforward compound interest problem. So I won't be solving 10th problem. I'll be proceeding towards the 12th problem directly. Uh, but wait. I doubt. I think 12th one is a wrong question, but I'll have to check whether it is the correct one or not. Because previously, when such comment was made regarding any question, that question turned out to be a wrong question still. So I'll have to check on this wrong question. Is anybody getting the solution for this? If yes, can you please let me
Yes,
know?
sir, I got the solution for it.
Okay, which means it is solved. So may I know what? Yes, please, 600 and
24.
okay, what were the numbers? Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. It's okay. I just wanted to know what were the numbers, but I think there is no
Sir,
response.
they are from, sir, the even numbers in it are 26 and 24.
So the five numbers were 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So in this case, the square of five consecutive natural numbers is 3135. So it's sum of squares, it is basically of five numbers. So first of all, let's do one thing. Let's try to find, since it is an addition, so let's try to find let's first divide this by 5 so that we can find the middle value. Okay, so that is the first step. So when I divide 3135 by 5, why 5? Because there are five numbers. So how much ever number you have, you basically divide it with that particular number over here. So when I divide it by 5, I get 627. So 620, wait, but array no, yeah, that solution will not help you out here. Wait, I'm sorry. Consecutive natural numbers का square है वो. No, no, it will not help. So you'll have to go with
You'll have to
three.
make an equation, sir.
Yeah, even I was wondering the same. I was trying to
So you
avoid
can
the
make
equation
x
part.
square,
Yeah,
x
x
square plus
plus 1
x plus
square.
1, and it goes.
Yeah,
Yes, it goes on.
correct. I was just thinking whether there is any can we create a shortcut? But it seems x square wala thing is, let me say that x is the first number. Then x plus 1 will be the next number. Then x plus 2 will be the next number. Then x plus 3 will be the next number. Then x plus 4 will be the next number. So these are the five numbers. When we add them, we get 3135. Okay. So when I open the brackets, all the x squares come together, 5x square plus over here I have 2x, over here I have 4x. So 2x plus 4x is 6x. Over here I have 6x. 6 plus 6 is 12x. Over here I have 8x. 12 plus 8 is 20x plus. Over here I have 1. Over here I have 4. 1 plus 4 is 5 plus 9. 5 plus 9 is 14 plus 16. 14 plus 16 is 30 is equal to 3135. So what have I done basically? I've basically opened the bracket. When I opened the bracket, each terms became x square plus 2x plus 1 over here. Over here it became x square plus 4x plus 4. Over here it became x square plus 6x plus 9. Over here it became x square plus 8x plus 16. And I simply added all the x's. 2x plus 4x plus 6x plus 8x. I got 20x. Then 1 plus 4, 5, 5 plus 9, 14, 14 plus 16, I got 30. So that's what I've done basically. Okay. Now from here, I can take 5 as common. I'll get x square plus 4x plus 6 gives me, this was 627, I believe. Yeah, 6, yeah, 627. I take 627 over here, x square plus 4x minus 621, it will be. is equal to 0. Since it was a homework sum, I'm not going to solve everything. I'm just telling you how can we solve the sum. Okay. So when we solve the sum, ultimately we get the answer as x equal to 23. And that's how we figure out that 23 is the first number, then 24 is the next number, 25 is the next number. I'm sorry. Sarvi, I'm muting you because I hear a background noise from your end. It's a humble request to all the children. Kindly unmute yourself only if you have anything to say. Otherwise, keep yourself muted. Okay. 26 and then 27. So these are the five
Sir,
numbers.
I have another method.
I'm sorry. What?
I have another method. So if we take x as the middle number and x minus 1 and x minus 2 and x plus 1 and x plus 2. So
Yeah,
that
wonderful.
also
That is,
works instead of throwing
yeah.
it into quadratic equations.
Yeah. That is a better method actually. So for those who might have not understood what he was saying, for them I'll just tell you. Let me say x is the middle number, then the number less than x will be x minus 1 the whole square. The number less than that will be x minus 2 the whole square, plus the next one is x plus 1 the whole square, plus the next one is x plus 2 the whole square. So addition of all these numbers, they are 3, 1, 3, 5. So again, the same story. When you open the bracket, you have 5x square plus here you have minus 2x. Here you'll have plus 2x. They will cancel with each other. Here you have minus 4x. Here you have plus 4x. They will cancel with each other. So you don't have to worry. Regarding the others as well, here you have minus 4. Here you'll have plus 4 and again plus 4. That will give you plus 8. Plus 1 give you plus 2. 8 plus 2 is basically 10. So 5x square plus 10 is equal to 3135. That gives me x square plus 2 is equal to 627. That gives me x square is equal to 625. Therefore, x is equal to 25. Here the x is middle number. So middle number is 25, which means the other numbers are 23, 24, 26, 27. And hence, now we have to multiply these two numbers. Multiply the even numbers out of the five numbers. So the even numbers are 24 and 26. When we multiply them, we get the answer to be 624. Sorry. I'll be erasing in a minute. Okay, proceeding further to the 13th problem. A boat takes 5 hours more while going back upstream than in the downstream. So let me say the time taken for the upstream is TU, time taken for the downstream is TD. Okay. TU is 5 hours more than TD, which means TU minus TD is equal to 5 in simple language. Now, this they have given the distance between the 2 points is 24 kilometer. The speed of the boat in still water is 5.5. Now, speaking about the traveling of boat, let me say this is water. This is boat. Now, there is the water. Let me say the water is flowing like this. Velocity of water. So, if the boat is also going like this, velocity of boat, this is called as downstream. But if the boat is going in the opposite direction, but if the boat is going in the opposite direction, that will be called as upstream, which means if the boat is going like this, that will be called as upstream, in short. Okay. Now, we know that speed's formula is distance upon time, which means time's formula is distance upon speed. Okay. In this case, tu minus td, we have an equation that says tu minus td is equal to 5. So instead of tu, I'll write tu is upstream. I'll write upstream distance upon upstream speed. Okay. Now, what is upstream speed? Upstream speed, so boat is trying to move, but in case of upstream, the water is actually blocking. So boat speed is what? 5.5. Water speed is, we don't know what is water speed. We'll say V. So while going upstream, the speed uh, boat is getting is basically 5.5 minus V, where V is velocity of water. And while coming downstream, water is going to support the boat, which means it is 5.5 plus V. So instead of T, I'll write distance upon V. Distance is to 24 upon V in case of upstream is 5.5 minus V.
5.5 is the speed of velocity of water, right?
No, it's the velocity of boat. It's the speed of boat in still water. So the natural speed of boat is what they are speaking of. मतलब जो भी engine जितना भी speed दे रहा है, whatever speed the engine is giving, that is 5.5. The rest is water. So what if the water is in the opposite direction? Let me say if the water speed is 1. So water is opposing. So 5.5 say when the boat is going ahead by 5.5, water is pulling the boat back by 1. For example, I'm saying. Okay. Hence, I've written 5.5 minus V, where V is velocity of water. In the downstream also, the distance remains same. It's 24 again. But the speed is different this time. It's 5.5 plus V this time. Okay. Is equal to 5. Now, what we have to do, we have to do cross multiplication and find the value of V. So that we can find in the next scenario what must be the speed of boat. I'm sorry. In the next scenario, we'll have to find what must be the speed of boat so that it can go up and come down in the like in 4 hours. Okay. Now let's solve this first. When we do cross multiplication, I can take 24 out as common. So when I do cross multiplication, this will be 5.5 plus V and this will be 5.5 minus V. 5.5, 5.5 gets cancelled. I'll be left in the bracket. I'll be left with 2V upon in like down here, it will be 5.5 square minus V square is equal to 5. We can solve this, but it is getting complicated. We will get the answer, but it will be a lengthy procedure. I'm just thinking, do we have any other shorter method? Well, from here we can find the velocity of water, true, but can we go for a shorter method? Let me just think. On the other hand, I have 24 upon velocity of boat minus V, but I need V over here as well. But when I divide, what about if I divide them? V square, VB square.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, what if we divide 24 by 4? Its answer is 6 and the speed of boat in still water is 5.5. So I guess the velocity of water will be 0.5, right?
24 by 4. No, it's up and downstream. It can speed of boat and so it can row in the downstream. It's only downstream it is required. So only in the downstream I can say it's VB, that will be 4 hours. 24 by 4 is 6. So 6 will be the combination of VB plus V. So velocity of boat plus velocity of water, the combination is 6. So it can be any number, right? Boat can have any speed.
Sir, but
But
speed of boat in still water is 5.5.
it was. What they're asking is what must be the speed of boat in still water. So there is a new speed. Okay, I'll just explain the question once again. So in the initial scenario, they have said that the boat is going downstream or upstream. Okay. They have set some cases where the boat had some speed, 5.5. Okay. In that case, there was a time difference, which is 5 hours. They did not say how much was the stream. Stream means water ka velocity. But they are saying that keeping the water velocity same, if the boat wishes to come down in 4 hours, then उस case में what should be the speed of the boat? If the boat is trying to come down only in 4 hours. I hope it's clear. So we'll have to we will need to know the speed of boat, sorry, speed of water, so that we can find the speed of boat. So I don't see any other option other than solving this. I'm just curious whether there is a shorter method. I don't see any other shorter method actually. 9.6, 9.6. Okay. I think I think we'll have to find B. I don't see any other shorter method. So 24, when I divide it by 5, I get 4.8. 4.8 multiplied by 2 is 9.6. That gives me uh, V square plus 9.6 V minus 5.5 square, which should be 5 to 6 is 30.5. So 30.25, sorry, is equal to 0. So this is my equation. From here, negative, so subtraction, so 10. You know the formula of b square minus 4ac? You know how to find roots using b square minus 4ac? Do you know that? Hello?
No, no, sir.
Okay, you're not aware. That is
No,
also
sir.
one. Okay. There is actually one method. Okay, I'll directly give you that method. So let me say, now this is a quadratic equation. I'll teach you a new method. Okay. This is a quadratic equation. Let me say this is the coefficient. Coefficient मतलब जो भी variable है उसके बाजू में variable के बाजू में जो भी number रहेगा, that is called as coefficient. So the first coefficient is a, which is equal to 1 in this case, because if nothing is, no number is there, we say that it's 1. The second coefficient is b, which is, in this case it is 9.6. The third coefficient is c. In this case it is 30.5, 30.25, minus 30.25. Okay. So in this case, if you wish to directly find the root, directly find the answer, then your formula is minus b plus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. This is your first root. The second root is minus b minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. This is your second root. These two will be your values. Okay. So you can just note it down. Here you don't have to sit and solve because we won't be having that much of time. I'll directly give you the answer. But you can just note down this formula. Now, in this case, when you solve this using this formula, you'll get two values of V. The first value will be 2.5. The other value will be minus 12.1, which is not making any sense. The negative value will not make any sense because we are speaking about speed of the river. So 2.5 is the correct answer. So if river's speed is 2.5, you just have to substitute 2.5 over here. So speed of boat plus 2.5 gives you 6. When you take it to the other side, speed of boat will be equal to 3.5. This is one method. Now, sometimes you may say, ki, sir, what if we are not able to solve this using this method. Is there any other alternate method? Yes, we do have. The alternate method is trial and error method. What you'll do, see, this is speed of boat. So you'll first create this equation, that is VB plus V is equal to 6. You first put the first option, put VB is equal to 1. From there, you'll get some V. Then you put that V over here in this equation and see whether it is satisfying this equation or not. If it is satisfying this equation, then your first option is correct. If it is not satisfying this equation, then it is wrong. So this you'll have to do until you get the correct answer. Now, in this case, when you take when you try 3.5, you'll substitute 3.5 over here. From if you put 3.5 over here, you'll get 2.5 as V's value. You put 2.5 as V's value over here at both places. 5.5 minus 2.5 is 3. 24 divided by 3 goes 8. Then 5.5 plus 2.5 is 8. 24 divided by 8 goes as 3. 8 minus 3 gives you 5. So since it is satisfying the equation, second option will be your correct answer. Okay? I believe it's clear. So
Can
in
you
the
please tell you got the 24 divided by 5.5 minus B equation?
yes, I'll tell that. Don't worry. So if you are done noting this down, I'll erase this and I'll explain that trial and error method in writing.
Sir, I had a doubt.
Yes, please. Paraj, tell me.
Sir, won't 5.5 plus 3.5 be 9?
We don't have to add 3.5 actually. See, 3.5 is velocity of boat. We'll have to substitute
Yeah.
3.5 over here and then we'll have to calculate what is the velocity of water. That's when you'll get velocity of water as 2.5. That you have to substitute over here.
Okay. Yeah.
Understood?
Yeah.
So can you please explain how you got 24 divided by 5.5 minus B minus 24 on 5.5 plus B is
Sure,
equal to 5?
sure. No problem. So, see, what is this? In the question, they have said that the time difference between upstream and downstream is 5 hours. So, upstream time minus down, upstream में ज़्यादा time लगता है. Up मतलब क्या होता है? It's opposing the water and it's going ahead. So, it will take time to go up. Whereas while coming down, it will come quickly. So, it will take less time. So, upstream minus downstream is 5 hours in the question they have given. What is the upstream time? Time is always distance upon speed. Distance is 24 as per the question. And the speed is basically boat speed minus water speed. And in case of
Okay, sir.
downstream, understood, right?
And then we have to substitute the values and then we have to calculate till if we get the answer is 5, then the speed is correct.
Absolutely.
Sir,
Yeah.
I was not able to understand the quadratic equation method. How did you solve the quadratic equation?
I have not shown the solving part. So basically, over here, when you take, well, first of all, what did I do? I took this 24 divided by 5. I got this as 4.8. 4.8 multiplied by 2 is 9.6. And hence V's coefficient is 9.6. Okay. Then I took this V square,
Yeah.
5.5 square minus V square to the other side and took it over here. That's how I got V square over here, and 5.5 square is 30.25. So this is my quadratic equation where the first square terms variable is 1. I call it as A. A is equal to 1. The second terms variable, I'll call it as B. In this case, it is 9.6. The third term coefficient is minus 30.5. I'll call it as C. So I have A, B, C. Then I'm giving you a formula. This formula is generally used for higher standards. I'm just sharing it with you in case if you'll require in any day where you're not able to find factors, you can use this formula. The formula goes like this: you'll have to remember this formula. It's minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. That is one factor, and instead of plus, when you put minus, then you'll get the other factor. So these are the two roots.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now I'll do one
Yeah.
thing. I'll teach
But
you the, yes, please.
the trial and error method is easier, right? The second quadratic
Absolutely.
equation method is very time consuming.
It's very time consuming. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just giving you an alternative.
Okay,
Just giving you an additional knowledge. Just in case in some other situation, if you have to use, you can use it.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So now I'll be dealing with trial and error method with you. I'll be teaching you trial and error method. In this case, what do we do? So in this case, first let me try the first option. Now I have this equation. I have two equations, this equation and this equation. Whatever answer I'm going to take should satisfy both the equations basically, right? So all the options are options for VB. Let me try one by one. I'll take the first one. When I take the first one, I put 1.5 instead of VB. So when I put 1.5 instead of VB, I'll get 4.5 instead of V. Now I substitute 4.5 over here. When I substitute in one place, I'll get 9, 10. Okay, 24 by 10 minus 24. Sorry, this is minus, right? 24 by 1 minus 24 by 10. Obviously, this thing is not equal to 5. Hence, I'll say first option is not correct. Now, ignoring the first option, I'll try the second option where I'll be taking 2.5. Sorry, 3.5. Then I'll get 2.5 over here. I'll substitute this 2.5 over here. That's when I get 24 by 3 minus 24 by 8, which is equal to 5. Since it is satisfying, I'll say option 2 is your correct answer.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Before
how
you
did we
ask
get
any,
6 is equal